Well, happy Thursday, everybody. As we always do, we like to get everyone ready for the weekend. Whenever we do these updates on Thursdays, it's time for our weekend weather update. Looking outside for today, it is pretty quiet out there. A few spotty showers are going to be possible here and there as we head throughout the afternoon here on Thursday. Then as we head into the weekend, we are going to have a little bit of drier conditions at times, but still some rain chances here and there. We have a lot to talk about today because not only do we have a little bit of spotty shower activity here in North Georgia, we also have something going on in the tropics. We'll have more on that here in just a moment. First of all, let's take a look at how things have shaped up so far for today. You see that we had a mostly clear to partly cloudy sky early on, and then that cloud cover kind of scooted in from the south. Now you see that cloud cover really starting to cover things up across much of the region. A little bit of filtered sunshine there from that cloud cover that was more higher up in the sky. But now the lower cloud cover is starting to build in, and with that we do have a little bit more in the way of the sunshine not showing up as much, rather. Looking out towards the north end of the perimeter, you see up towards I-285 and Georgia 400 from Northside Hospital, looking stunning there as always. King and Queen Towers looking nice today. And then we look up towards Rome, a little bit of a breeze there, blowing the flags a little bit there on the flagpole as we look up towards Floyd County. Far north Georgia, we do have a few spotty showers that are showing up. Let's take a closer look actually down into that region. You can see over towards Gilmer County, Fannin County, see a few of those spotty showers. That stretches all the way up towards the Clayton area and up towards Helen. That shower activity kind of dipping down towards the southwest, and we're going to continue to have that change for a few spotty showers today, but not going to be as wet as what they're dealing with down towards the Big Bend of Florida and closer on towards the Florida Peninsula. We do have a lot of spin that's going on in the atmosphere down there. You see just off the coast of Florida, just southwest of St. George Island, really. You see that spin and a lot of thunderstorm activity. This is the area where we have the tropical development possible over the next 2 to 7 days. A high chance now, 70% chance for tropical development as we head throughout the next 48 hours here, as this system that we refer to as 91L continues to drift its way towards the south. So that just means that it's a spot that we're investigating, keeping a close eye on. That's why we call it 91L, but right now it's not a tropical depression, not a tropical storm, but it could form into one as we head throughout the next few days. Models are in pretty good agreement that this is going to go down towards the south and then head over either just south of the Florida Keys or over the Keys or over the Florida Peninsula and then off towards the northeast. So not looking like a big impact for Georgia at all. No impact here for far north Georgia. You'll see this one model every once in a while. We call it the CLIPS model there. CLPS is the little abbreviation. This is just taking into factor the climate. That's all it's doing there. So it's not taking into account for any of the current weather conditions. So that's not expected to happen. That's just typically what would happen this time of year when a storm forms in that location. But because of the current setup, you saw the model data taking into fact what's happening right now and taking everything south. So the Air Force Reserve Hurricane Hunters, they fly out of Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi. They are a part of the Air Force Reserve, and they are right now flying into the storm in a C-130. They like to fly into the systems to help gather more data to help us get a better idea of what systems are doing. It also improves the forecast. Right now you can see that they're just flying into it. They found a wind speed of 36 miles per hour. The estimated surface winds where they're at this moment, as of 2:26, or really it was just about, I guess, 10 minutes ago when we got our last bit of data in from them. So about 10 minutes ago here on Thursday, we had the last information come in, and we had 21 mile per hour winds there estimated at the surface. They're at an altitude of 751 feet. So you think about that, they're pretty low. They fly pretty low when they're flying through these storms. A lot of people think that they fly over them. The only Hurricane Hunter aircraft that flies over the storm is a Gulfstream 4 that's flown by NOAA that flies out of Lakeland, Florida. These C-130s, they fly at a low level through the systems to help gather data. So this is the beginning of hurricane season 2. This is June 1st. Season begins today. We have a lot of season to go through, obviously. The peak of the season typically around September 10th, and then November 30th is the end of the season. So we have a long way to go. If this system does form into anything, if it earns a name rather, it would be Arlene. And then Brett's the next name on the list. Cindy, Don, Emily will go down the list. And hopefully we don't see many of these names get used this year and that it ends up being a quieter season. But of course, it only takes one storm, something we're going to continue to keep you updated on all throughout hurricane season. So we'll keep you updated on that system, but switching gears back to what's happening right here in North Georgia. Again, this system isn't expected to impact us. Here's what we can expect throughout the week ahead. A few spotty showers possible as we head throughout the day today. Temperatures rising into the 80s. It's going to be a warm day out there. Temperatures closer to where they should be for this time of year compared to what we've been at for the temperatures over the last few days. You see the forecast track also shows temperatures in the 60s overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Moving into the afternoon on Friday, temperatures will be rising into the mid-80s. Again, a few spotty showers. That trend of rinse and repeat where we have the shower activity possible in the afternoon, drier in the morning, cloudy, humid, 60s up to the 80s. That's the trend that we have as we head throughout tomorrow as well. Then we move into Saturday. I think we're going to be a little bit drier there. Once we head into Sunday, though, the rain chances will return with those spotty showers possible, but nothing in the way of really a heavy soaking rain possible here as we head throughout the next few days, which is unfortunate because we really do need some rainfall right now. Now, we have had a lot of below average temperatures the last few days, but that's about to change. Look at this. Temperatures getting back to above average for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back to around average there on Monday, and then we're back up to 87 again on Tuesday. So temperatures, they're starting to climb up again after we had a nice stretch of some slightly cooler weather there. Take a look at the temperatures over the last 30 days. What you're looking at here is from early on in May all the way now over towards June. From left to right, that blue line, that's the average low. That red line, the average high. And you can see each day, the high 73 there, the low 48 back on the 2nd of May. And then we were above average there for the middle portion of May, and now we have been below average, really stretching back towards the middle of May. We have not had a day where our high temperature has been above average. So it has been a long stretch of temperatures being below average, which has actually been pretty nice as we made our way there throughout the end of May. But again, like I said, that's about to change with some warmer conditions possible. Saturday and Sunday, bringing little to no rain chances there. Maybe about a 10% chance or less for some rain on Sunday, but then the rain chances back up for Monday and Tuesday with a slight chance and a slight chance there on Friday. We need more rainfall, though. We are hurting in the rainfall department now. We now have a deficit for the year. We finished up May very much on the dry side. You can see that over the next week we're not going to do much to really help that out. A quarter of an inch of rain or less pretty much across North Georgia throughout the next 7 days. Some spots are going to make it through this next week without a drop of rain, which means that we're likely going to start to see some drought conditions start to show up again due to how dry we've been. We were almost 2 inches behind for the month of May after we wrapped everything up yesterday. You can see that we finished on that very dry end of the spectrum there, and we are just going to likely continue to be on the very dry side of things as we head throughout this next week here in June. Our normal year-to-date rainfall should be just over 21 inches. You see that we're just under 21 inches so far for the year. Again, we have just fallen behind into a deficit. Still not showing any drought. The drought monitor updated this morning. We are still showing that we are just not dealing with those abnormally dry conditions yet, but that could change here as we head throughout the next few days here. Going to see likely those drier conditions continue, and we may end up with abnormally dry conditions returning here into North Georgia. So 7-day forecast time, looking at the region over the next few days here, you see that we're going to have those slight chances for rain. Temperatures back up into the mid to upper 80s for highs, mid 80s there on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Slight chances for rain here and there, but again, no soaker possible here over the next week. We need the rainfall. So let's look into the future a little bit beyond the 7-day forecast. And we'll come back to that 7-day forecast here in a moment, but look at the 8 to 14 day outlook showing above average temperatures. So those who are wanting the hotter conditions, temperatures back up possibly into the upper 80s, lower 90s. We've only had one day so far this year where we hit 90 degrees. It's going to be possible as we head throughout the middle of June. But of course, you know, that's when we should start to see those temperatures really climb. It's going to really start to feel more like summer as we head throughout the middle of the month here. And then maybe slightly above average rainfall, but honestly, we need way more rain than what's going to be possible there as we head throughout the middle of the month. We really need a good soaking rainfall, but that just doesn't look like it's going to be in the works here as we head throughout not just this next week, but really the next 2 weeks. Your weekend getaway forecast, if you're headed down towards Lake Lanier today, or this weekend rather, great weather. It is going to be great lake weather for this weekend. Look at Saturday, 87, a lot of sunshine there. Remember, the winds are pretty strong for Memorial Day weekend. I know a lot of people are trying to take their boats out. Don't think the winds are going to be as strong this weekend. 75 there on Sunday, though. Going to be mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. I actually think temperatures may be a little bit warmer than that, 75 even, as we head throughout the day there on Sunday. Looking at Savannah on Sunday, 80 degrees, going to be a partly cloudy sky there. Gatlinburg going to be 86 on Saturday, 85 in Destin on Saturday. Looking like a great weather for the weekend if you're going to be down there towards the Emerald Coast as well, thanks to that tropical system, that possible tropical development rather, moving south away from the Panhandle. I think you're still going to have some spotty showers, but nothing out of the normal for summertime in Florida where we have those spotty showers. Your Peach State outlook over the next 3 days, looking at Friday, you see that we're all going to have pretty much just a slight chance for rain, partly cloudy sky there. Saturday's drier for everyone, a lot more sunshine. You see it again for Sunday, looking like great weather there. Finally, your Georgia State Park forecast, giving you an idea on what you can expect if you maybe want to go take a hike at some of our beautiful state parks across the region. Going to be a stunning day there on Friday. It's going to be even better on Saturday and Sunday. Make sure you pack enough water, though. That's the most important thing. I always say pack enough water for yourself and then pack enough water for yourself again. So double it up. Make sure that you can stay hydrated out there and stay safe if you're going to be out there in the heat, because again, it will be hot each afternoon. Maybe a spotty shower or two at Amicalola Falls, though, as we head throughout the afternoon there on Friday. But that's about it. Not expecting any washouts by any means. So I'm going to bring you back up to the 7-day forecast. Again, it is the first day of hurricane season. We talked about it earlier. We have a high chance for tropical development out over the eastern portion, really northeast portion of the Gulf of Mexico. The Air Force Reserve hurricane hunters are out there flying the system right now to give us a better idea on what it's doing, if it has developed into a tropical system yet, or if there's still some time, and help take some of that data that they gather and they put it into weather models that help us get a better idea on what the system could do, where it's heading, and also how strong it may end up getting. We'll talk all about that, of course, tonight. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holt comes in. He'll have the latest update at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock this evening on 11 Alive and on the ATL. And then as we hit throughout tomorrow morning, meteorologist Chester McNeil is going to be in for the latest update for what that system could be doing. So we'll keep you updated on everything anytime in between right here at 11 Alive and on 11alive.com. I hope you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. And of course, we'll keep you updated on everything right here at 11 Alive.